Helping people in our community recover from opioid addiction. That's the goal of Andy's Place in Jackson. Now, last month, the housing project expanding with the addition of the McDaniel Apartments in the city to greater serve the community. Speaking on the efforts today is Mark McDaniel. And Mark, can you speak on how this expansion relates to you personally or affects you personally?
Sure. Well, first of all, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you and Channel 10 for covering this issue of addiction for a long time, and also featuring Andy's Place, the first phase, and now McDaniel Apartments. It's really great for seeing permit supported and how it can be a successful recovery program. When I pulled up for the grand opening a couple weeks ago, to see my family name on a sign was really strange to see and uncomfortable, really. It was really nice what the community did by, recognizing me for this. But personally, I had a member in our family, one of my kids was addict, alcoholic, went through homelessness and jail, and ended up going through the treatment court system here in Ingham County. And that was the beginning of his turnaround of being able to go through the court. I knew about permanent supportive housing. I was able to get him into one of our properties here in Lansing, and that turned his whole life around. He's been sober now for almost 10 years and very productive in working in management. And that's where the idea of this came from, was between retired treatment court judge from Eaton County, Harvey Hoffman, calling me. We put together a paper that ended up the idea of joining treatment court together with the affordable housing model. Ended up being Andy's Place, our very first one. This second development is very unique. It's never been done anywhere in the country, as it's targeted for pregnant women and mother with children, young children who are addicts. And there's never been anything like that from a recovery housing opportunity for mothers to be able to have a safe place to come. A lot of times what we've seen already, in 30 days, this property's rented up in 30 days. That's unheard of. And the mothers are being reunited with their children, because typically their children have been taken from them. And when they get in here, they've been able to get their kids back, which is huge for recovery. At the grand opening, we featured 3 mothers to tell their story. The one that was, all of them were very moving, their backgrounds and that, but the one that really struck everybody is mother was pregnant. She wrote a letter to be read because that morning she had to go in the hospital to give birth to twins. And if she didn't have this place to live in, where she might have been and probably would have been a really bad situation for a young mother with twin babies. And her letter was just really moving, very emotional, that she took the time before she went in to write it, but she talked about how important this was for her and her family.
Wow, just hearing those stories of how it's already helping people to serve them in our community who are going through these hardships, and tying it back into you and your son, that family aspect right there. I can just see how much it's touching for you and meaningful, and helping to get people who are struggling, because there's the weight of the world around them, get back on their feet to recover. What services are available to them in having these housing units and beyond that? Yeah,
in coming into Andy's Place and McDaniel Apartments, if you're in the court system still, you can do your drug testing at the property. We have caseworkers who come in, they're there at offices all the time to work with people on their recovery. We have AA classes. We have classes for family members, all on site, all kinds of organized activities for the residents, community garden. We have a building that's just for parents and their kids, and this beautiful playground that we have. There's all kinds of programs. We also have what's called Andy's Promise, which is a job placement program. Businesses in Jackson have committed to hiring people from Andy's Place for their recovery be able to have a job. And we've got some amazing stories of people who now are running their own businesses because of coming to Andy's place. Banks have worked with them, and it's just the stories go on and on. And one of the cool things is, really the moving thing is that we have less than a 1% recidivism after 3 years, which is unheard of for this type of recovery, especially with opiates.
Truly making a difference in our community, not only with the housing units, but helping them find jobs, helping them stay on track, and turning something that is where you feel helpless into hope. Mark, thank you so much for joining us on Mid-Michigan Matters.
Thank you.